Senators Richard Burr and Dianne Feinstein draft a bill outlining the Compliance with Court Orders Act of 2016, which would prohibit encryption technology that is unbreakable by authorities. Now, Margaret, this dialogue began with Senator Feinstein after the Paris terrorist attacks back in November. She released a statement saying that, the Silicon Valley really needed to take a look at some of their products. She said that, if you create a product that allows evil monsters to communicate in this way, to behead children, to strike innocents, whether it's at a game or in a stadium, in a small restaurant in Paris, or to take down an airline, this is a big problem.
Right. So basically, she doesn't watch our show, because if she did, she would know. We did a report over this, that these terrorists that attacked multiple sites in Paris, they were using burner phones, boxes and boxes of throwaway phones. They weren't communicating. They know how to fly below the radar. They're not doing the things that that this senator is asserting that they were doing. And frankly, this is one of my sore spots, because privacy it's such a basic right. And what she's saying is that to protect your own personal private information from spying eyes that don't have a warrant or probable cause, well, that's illegal. Really? Has she read the Bill of Rights? Okay.
This action towards this is, towards this resolution really began after the San Bernardino shooting incident, in which the Department of Justice and Apple, they were in a head-to-head because Apple didn't want to share the details or aid in the encryption of the cell phone of one of the suspects. They resisted to help, so this is what this bill is in response to.
Well, some say that the series of media articles about this were total bull. If you look at tweets in the intel community or people that are familiar with encryption, it looked like a staged type of debate to indicate that the FBI doesn't have the capabilities that they do and have already been using for some time.
Yeah, and there's, there is some opposition from a few,
right?
Including Senator Ron Wyder, who's an advocate for cyber rights. And one of the things, that he's talking about, he's pushing back in a big way, fearing that American companies are just going to build a backdoor.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's a good argument, but just taking this back to a second, to make protecting yourself illegal, what planet are we on here, Melvin? This just really, wow, just wow. We've seen this snowball effect since the Patriot Act and its passage, and the creation of the FISA court, the creation of the NSA, this massive dragnet spy apparatus has been going on for a long time, the slippery slope, and here's what it's come to. Mm-hmm. Here's what it's come to.
Another big opposition was from the Free Press, which is a nonpartisan group that advocates for speech rights. Their general counsel released a statement. One of the things he said was, if this dangerous bill passes, it would outlaw not just end-to-end encrypted communications, but also the tools that protect our information from criminals, hackers, and foreign governments working to undermine the security of millions of people and businesses. Our rights to privacy should extend beyond in-person conversations to include communications made via the internet and wireless networks. Encryption is the tool that makes this possible. What are your thoughts about the new bill? Share with us below.